You're so difficult to work with. How do you... I mean... Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell the good people your name.
I'm Christian.
Thank you.
So funny. Don't you dare laugh. If you laugh, I'm going to laugh, and it'd be a mess.
If you laugh, you lose. I guess I lost. Is that the only thing you know in Swedish?
Poopy doo-doo? That's probably a word, right?
No, probably not.
No? Well, they probably say that over there.
Poopy doo-doo?
Yeah, I'm sure somebody who is Swedish, who is from Sweden and lives in Sweden, has said the words poopy doo-doo, and it probably means something to them and them alone.
Mayhaps.
Anyway, welcome back. Oh, it's been a week. It has been a week.
I mean, yes.
We do these
last
weekly.
Wednesday was the, the last time
we do.
Please stop.
Oh, sorry. No more poop jokes, I'm sorry. How are you?
Tired mostly?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's been a week? It sounds like you've been up to things.
Up to things? I've been up to nothing.
What goes bump in the night with...
What goes bump in the night? I could think of several things.
You know, werewolves and
skeletons.
Yeah. Skeleton man.
Whatever little gremlin lives in my room, you know what I mean?
Is it you?
Yeah, probably.
Are you the gremlin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I gashed my face
Just
in the night.
Don't eat past midnight or whatever, right?
Don't eat what?
Isn't that the thing in Gremlins?
Oh yeah, but like that's one of the big plot holes of that movie too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like
well,
midnight.
I mean, every time is past midnight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, also every time it's past midnight, but it's one thing to say past midnight. It's another thing to be like, does it match for whatever time zone you're in? Like if you take them cross country,
right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. Did you know that Gremlins takes place in the same town as Goonies, around the same time as Goonies?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I think about the movie Goonies, the first thing that comes to mind, and for a lot of people, I feel like the first thing that comes to their mind is, hey, you guys. Or like Baby Ruth's.
Baby Ruth?
But the first thing that comes to my mind is near the beginning of the movie when that kid that speaks Spanish convinces the maid that... They're
going to kill her.
They're going to murder her, and that also there's a bunch of drugs in the house.
Corey Feldman was great. He's a bit. I mean, and it's no fault of his own because he was a child actor in the '80s. They all got kind of fucked up. But
it's true.
Yeah, he was really, really good. As far as I'm concerned, he was probably the best child actor. He's just super fucking believable in almost everything that he's in. He was in Friday Part 4.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did he get murderized?
No.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. He ends up, coming up with an inventive way to stop Monsieur Jesson. But I won't spoil anything, because I'd rather like you to see that movie at some point.
Oh. Well, all right, fair enough.
But yeah.
We'll see if that ever happens.
Has yet to be seen. The key in the ma. You alright there, bud?
Oh, no, yeah. Fantastic. I got Tekken Bowling God yesterday.
Shit.
So I'm kind of on top of the world right now.
You're just, you're
I'm a bowling god.
You're like the Big Lebowski. Or no, you're Jesus.
The Jesus.
Nobody fucks with the Jesus. You flash your piece out on the lane, I take it from you, I stick it up your ass, pull the trigger till it goes click. Jesus.
I never understood the point in that character.
Oh, he's just supposed to be an asshole. I mean, it's just John Turturro. He's just boop.
I'm here.
Oh man, I was busy last night. I was after I hung out with you. Our D&D session got canceled. Not necessarily last minute, but seemingly.
Same day. We ended up watching Clerks again, and also
Clerks is great.
Scott Pilgrim.
Because Alex hadn't seen either of them, so
it's
we were
true.
like,
Alex
here you go.
Times.
We must culture you. He
37
in a row.
It's casual Clerks jokes.
That's not even my favorite line in that like in that sequence and stuff like that. I just love the fact, like, the part when he just like when he totally breaks down and he's just like, "But why did you have to suck their dick? Why? You didn't have to. You did that. That's you. You did that. That's all you." Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, Alex thought that Clerks was like moderately entertaining, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like the greatest movie ever, but like it's real life.
I think he was going to be bored.
Yeah. I mean, he was less bored than I assumed he would be at a movie like that, which is, commendable.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then he really enjoyed Scott Pilgrim, but like,
he liked Scott Pilgrim. We were talking like basically the whole time about how we would make characters in Scott Pilgrim into fighting game characters.
Oh yeah, because like
it's an interesting conversation.
There's a beat 'em up game with Scott Pilgrim that is rather famous, but they never end up making. Oh, I'm having a stroke. They never ended up making a fighting game. So
I don't know why. It seems like it lends itself pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, you would think. I mean, I feel like they made the beat 'em up and they were just like, all right, this is good.
We did the video game thing, guys. Mm-hmm. Wrap it up, boys.
I don't know. Maybe if we ever get a sequel, we'll get some kind of stuff,
So what you're busy last night. I cut you off.
Oh yeah. So after all this, well, I mean, I didn't really cut off because like I was saying what we did before I was busy last night. I got home and I was gonna say goodnight to my sister because presumably she had school the next day, but she was off today. So I'm just like, oh, you want to watch a movie?
Oh, cool.
And she was like, sure. What movie? I'm just like, Ernest Scared Stupid.
You had said you wanted to watch that.
Yeah, it's very, very. Oh, I mean, like, I'm not gonna say it's like this like absolute gem. You know what I mean? Like on the like on the face of the earth. But if you like comedy and like you wanted to get in the Halloween mood, you know what I mean? Like, it's good. It's something you would watch as a kid and be like very, very happy about. Madame Zeroni is in it.
Good.
Pre-holes, my dude.
It's because we made the holes joke
while
watching Scott Pilgrim.
We did make the holes joke. And she's even fucking crazier, whacked out in this movie. She's just like, the troll lives underneath the tree. Have you seen any of the Ernest movies? Because it's kind of a series. Like there's like at least 5.
I've never heard of it.
But this is the Halloween one where like he accidentally summons like a troll from like this town's past and stuff like that, and he's just like, yeah, that old lady over there said, if anybody with my lineage touches this tree and says, may the troll awaken on this night and wreak havoc on the city, then he would come back alive. But what are the chances of that happening? And then immediately, like, the tree splits in half, and it's like, ah! It's like, oh shit.
Someone of my lineage.
Because his great-great-great-great-grandfather or whatever is the one who put the troll in the tree. But, like, a curse was put on his family that every single descendant after him would get dumber and dumber and dumber until you got to Ernest. Yeah. And then, oh my God.
This is quite the premise.
My favorite joke in that movie, and I believe I've told you this joke before, but I'll say it again and stuff like that. It's just like he's talking about how they're going to beat the bullies and stuff like that, because like he befriends a group of children who are having this problem with these bullies and stuff. So he builds them a treehouse, but he accidentally builds the treehouse on the tree, like the bad tree. He's just like, this one's the right one, you know what I mean? And so he's talking about how like, you got to be Bosnia because little old Bosnia beat the entire Ottoman Empire, and he's like reenacting this whole thing out with like his multiple personality characters that can sometimes pop up. So like, there's just a lumberjack, and he's just like, there ain't no trees in Botswana. I should know. I am a Botswanian lumberjack, and I ain't never had a job.
I ain't never had a job. No, you've never told me that.
I never told you that? No. Oh, that's one of my favorite lines. And there's the other one where he, like, backs his truck into the troll, and he's just like, how about a bumper sandwich, booger lips? And, like, it just fucking... Imagine, like, a little dummy from, like, Spirit Halloween. It's just... Boom, boom. There's so much great, like, slapstick comedy. And his, like, face looks like it's made out of fucking elastic, dude. Like, it's, like... crazy, like how much he like stretches that shit. Yeah.
Ernest or the troll?
Ernest.
Oh.
The troll is like really well made. Like it's as far as like practical effects go, like has all the different like prosthetics and it moves. You know what I mean? Like it's very well made. You know what I mean? Very very cool effects. That would all be probably CG nowadays, but you know, back in 1991, that was what they had. While doing so, I was eating hand popped popcorn.
Hand popped?
Yeah, well, that's what it said on the bag, and I noticed this, and I wrote it down because I wanted to make a joke about it, stuff like that. I just imagined that there's like a guy at like the state fair or whatever.
Is this going to be similar to our joke about a rabbi standing at the end of the production line for the song?
Yeah, and he's just like, they do a dumbalot or whatever.
Okay, why do you keep doing this? They would not do.
I don't know. It's like a blessing, you know. It's like
If you're like Catholic, yeah.
What do you think he does like that?
I don't know what he does.
He just like he gives like a little back massage, and he's just like, all right.
Anyways,
Specs on the ass.
What, the hand popped kernels.
There's like this really strong buff guy, and like they feed him like one kernel at a time, and he's like, and it just fucking.
No, I'm gonna say that that's not how it works. Like not even a little bit.
Yeah, I told that to my dad, and he was just like, "Are you okay?"
Are you?
I was like, I think so.
Well, that's good.
But that's about what I got up to last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ate some hand popped kettle corn and watched Ernest Scared Stupid for the first time in a while. But yeah. Then I went to bed. Oh, and then I marveled at Mango's really good run at Lost Tech City, which he won that tournament recently.
Lost Tech City?
Yeah.
Cool. He won the whole thing?
Yep, won the whole thing. A winner's side, too, so he never dropped a set.
I was just about to ask, was it another winner's bracket run? Or?
Yep. Yeah. He just, you know, I'm not going to say he was, like, impenetrable this time, because he definitely went 5 games with a lot of these, you know, sets, but, like, yeah, he was...
I mean, kind of, though, because, like, you didn't drop a set.
True. But it's one thing to, like, just 3-0 people. Like,
that's true. He didn't sweep it.
Yeah.
He wasn't, like, an unstoppable force, but
True.
he, like... kind of still was.
Yeah, and
because nobody stopped him.
Here's the thing though, like he's really kind of mastered the whole switching from Fox to Falco, like matchup and stuff like that. Like he said himself in like the post win interview and stuff like that he's like he feels confident that he's better at switching characters than other people are switching matchups. You know what I mean? Which is like pretty good. You know what I mean? Like you definitely want to be able to like just switch it up on people, you know what I mean? If they are potentially getting an advantage over a certain aspect of your play, but yeah. Yeah. Very cool. A win for the Mango Nation, 100%. Has yet to be seen whether he's going to go to Big House. He said he might just blow off the whole thing, pretend he has like COVID or whatever, and then just go to the Eagles-Cardinals game. Because he is an Eagles fan all the way.
Okay. That's a little disappointing to hear, but okay.
What, you wanted him to be a Green Bay fan?
No, it's just I didn't want him to be an Eagles fan.
It's better than being a Vikings fan.
It's not true.
What do you mean?
Eagles fans are like the worst.
Well, yeah.
Any Philadelphia team, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I agree. I genuinely hate Philadelphia. I hate the Flyers more than I hate the Penguins, and
That's
I hate the
surprising.
Penguins.
I don't like the Penguins at all.
Oh, well, the Penguins are like my sworn rival though. Like, but the
Yeah,
Flyers
you're
are
a big
just
Caps fan, so I would have thought.
yeah. But the Flyers are just worse, man.
Well, by merit of being in Philadelphia, yes.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there was that infamous game in the playoffs where like we were winning like 5-1 against like the Flyers, and like it was like the third game of the series, so like we were like had like really strong advantage, and we were in Philadelphia, and it was supposed to be a night where like they were like paying tribute to like a fallen GM of like or like general manager of their team that just died. So they gave them these colorful wrist bracelets and stuff like that were like I don't know, kind of like an off-white color, like a little bit lighter than this, but they were kind of clear. So like when the stadium turned off its lights, you would hit it and it would light up, and everybody would have the bracelets. It was a really cool visual. And then as soon as they started like losing like really bad, and it got to the third period, those bracelets made contact with the ice, 110%, just hurtling down. You know what I mean? Just like onto the players. They literally gave them like a 2-minute delay of game on the Philadelphia Flyers because their fans couldn't fucking zip it, you know what I mean? And like they're the same color as the ice, so you can like barely see them. So it was like delayed for like a good half an hour almost.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And then I won't even bring up the one incident that Philadelphia is known for, but, everybody knows.
It's probably some kind of riot, right?
No,
like
it has something to do with Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
you probably know.
I'm just saying, I feel like they riot whether they win or lose. If there's a game in Philly, there's going to be a riot.
Yeah, this one didn't have anything to do with sports, though. This
was just Philly being Philly.
Yeah. Welcome to Philly.
God, what a terrible place.
There's that time that homeless guy almost beat me up there because I was wearing a Yankees hat.
That's true.
And then I was like, I'm going to fucking kick your ass. And then he just kind of shrunk away and left. And I'm like, maybe if it was any other homeless guy, he would have probably went through with it. But I don't know. You seemed really intimidated by me. I don't know why. I'm not a very intimidating person, but he was just like, oh shit. He probably didn't expect the pushback, I guess.
Well, he didn't expect the pushback because you're clearly not from around there.
Yeah.
And also, he probably just got beat up by some other homeless guy. He's still nursing his wounds from the last time he got beat up because he's in Philly. So
yeah,
he's in fights all the time.
He could probably strong arm me. You know what I mean? But nah, fuck that. I'm Yankees all the way. I will kick your ass.
The Yankee with no brim.
Speaking of Yankees,
do you have a Yankee with no brim?
I have a Yankee with brim. I don't have Yankee with no brim.
You need to get the Yankee with no brim.
I'm not going to make my Yankee with brim a Yankee with no brim, but I'll buy another Yankee with a brim to make it a Yankee with no brim.
Right. And then after that, you need to get the Yankee 360 brim.
Because the Yankee that I have with brim is a real Yankee with brim. Oh. One that was fitted for a player, you know what I mean?
Oh, word?
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I don't know who exactly or if it was even used, but I picked it up. It's not a snapback. It's literally it's fitted for a person's head. And and it fits mine pretty good. So it must have had a pretty big fucking chrome dome.
But you've seen the video with the guy with the Yankee 360 brim, right?
Oh yeah. And he's just hello. Yeah. He's just in the woods,
The smoothest player.
The coinky dink.
But no, yeah, you got the Yankee 360 brim at some point.
Yeah. But enough of this Yankee that,
Yankee
Flyers suck, yada yada. What is this about this midlife crisis you were telling me about?
I mean, I wouldn't describe it as a midlife crisis.
That's exactly what it was described to me as.
By Alex.
True,
for the record.
but still.
Wasn't
but
my words. It's just
that was all I got, ladies and gentlemen.
That seemed like the proper way to mislead you.
Fair.
So, what Chris is referencing is I went to Walmart the other night at 9:30 p.m.
As you do. A spiritual reset, as it were.
Spiritual reset.
Yes.
I let a bunch of schoolwork pile up, so I got through the majority of it. There's just a little left, so I went to Walmart just to
de-stress. Be amongst the populace.
Take a load off.
Yeah.
But to fully understand this story, we have to go back a little.
The Gaston purchase. To really understand the Gaston. Do I have to explain that, or can I just leave that?
Just leave that.
Yeah.
The universe does not like me very much.
No.
Or it likes me too much.
Okay.
I can't decide. Because there has been nothing but just strange coincidences.
Right.
Straight for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It started with... I'm not going to get into a whole lot of details.
Yeah.
Because it's a very sad thing.
Well, you're good.
It started listening to music at work. A certain song.
Yeah. So Sad by Elton John.
No.
Oh. Yes.
One of the Disturbed songs about losing a loved
one.
one.
Yeah.
Up,
right.
And I was like, oh, this reminds me of that other song.
Right.
About a certain
Yeah. For sure. And
then the next song
was that song.
Yeah.
Just boom boom. Wow. That's a fucking gut.
We're being very vague. I'm so sorry. It's just a lot of troubling stuff.
Yeah.
Just know that it was a major coincidence, and it almost made me cry.
I totally understand that. 100%. 110%.
And then I was talking to one of my managers one day, and we were talking about how slow the computers had been.
Right.
And mid-conversation, the phone starts to ring, so he picks up the phone, and he was like, yeah, oh, okay, thank you. And he hangs up, and he looks at me, he's like, that was IT. They said that they found an issue with our system and they're working on it right now. We were just talking for the first time. We just brought it up.
Yeah.
Mid conversation, they
Oh, Jesus Christ. Just boom, boom.
Yeah, there's a couple of other things. I'm not remembering all of them now. They were pissing me off, though.
This almost reminds me of when, like, I'll have two things happen back to back, or, like, something will become too predictable, and I'll, like, either call you or somebody else and be just like, say something that I can't think of right now.
Yeah, you have done that a couple times.
Because then my brain's just like, you're living in a simulation. None of this is fucking real.
No, so then I had to go to school this weekend.
Yes. Online school, I should say.
No.
We're
This was my only in-person class.
Really?
Just this past weekend.
Huh.
It was a student development course.
I see.
But yeah, for just Saturday and Sunday. But that's actually a key aspect of this part of the story.
Right.
Because the room that the student development class was in was the same room as the last time I tried to go to school, the last English class I took in 2019 that I just sort of stopped showing up to for no particular reason.
Yeah.
I just stopped going to school.
Yeah. You're just like, I'm done with this. He's out.
But it was the same room. And I was like, I hate you. It's my first time on campus in 3 years.
Welcome back.
And again, I'm missing a lot of the
thought you could escape.
I'm missing a lot of the specific examples of all this BS happening to me.
Right.
But like every time I would message Alex and just be like, why won't God leave me alone and let me go back to bed?
Why can't I just find my happy place? Oh, man.
So, Sunday night,
Right.
when I went to Walmart,
It all comes to a head here.
it all comes to a head. Because I'm standing in front of the like frozen vegan section, looking at the fake chicken nuggets.
Fake chicken nuggets. Not real.
Yeah.
The dino ones?
No, I didn't get the dino ones. Because there's this specific brand that's like on clearance, like they're just wiping it out. So it's like $1 for like 12 chicken nuggets.
Fucking I mean, if you live near a Walmart, head down there and get that shit. Yeah.
No, they're mine.
I bought them all.
No, but
Yes.
I pick up a couple boxes because they're $1 each.
Right.
Might as well. And for some reason, I'm still just kind of standing there looking at this freezer case. I'm not sure what I'm looking for at this point. I think I was just tired and didn't want to move. But this guy walks up.
Yeah.
And he stands 6 or 7 feet away from me. We're in the same aisle, just not like right next to each other.
General vicinity.
He's looking at the stuff in the freezer case too. And like maybe 30, 45 seconds pass.
Yeah.
He's like, you know any good meatless sausages? It's like, no, I'm just here for the chicken nuggets, man.
Right.
He's like, oh, you know any good chicken nuggets? Like, yeah, I mean, this brand's on clearance. It's only $1, and simulate that brand right there with the Dino Nuggies.
Yeah,
it's bussin'. He was like, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
And then like another 20, 30 seconds pass of silence.
Yeah.
Just like, so are you vegetarian or vegan or something? I'm just like, no, not really. I just think it tastes good.
Right,
My aunt does plant-based, so kind of by proxy, sometimes He's like, oh, cool, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, my aunt was a vegetarian when I was growing up. And I was like, oh, yeah? How'd that go? He's like, oh, yeah. Well, whenever we went to her house, we always ate, really weird stuff, or so I thought.
Yeah.
Like, it was the first time I had broccoli on pizza, but it wasn't actually that bad. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. That kind of thing can grow on you, I guess.
Yeah.
And the entire time I'm sitting here thinking, like, wait a second. I don't talk to people. Like, as a general rule.
Yeah.
I don't interact with people in public.
Yeah.
Because it's a waste of time and people are stupid. I told you before we started this, I hate people.
Yeah.
I'm great at talking to people when I'm being paid to talk to people.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
But I'm just standing in this aisle in Walmart.
Yeah.
For some reason, having a conversation with this man. And, like, I want to leave, but for some reason, I just don't.
And you just keep going.
Yeah, just he keeps going. He's just like, so you're from around here? And I'm like, oh, kind of. I've been here for most of my life.
Right.
I was technically born just outside of Richmond, though.
Yeah, born in Richmond.
And then I'm thinking to myself, why did I tell him that?
Yeah.
just say yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to know the specificities of your life.
I think you've been secretly longing for something like this almost.
Maybe? I
Like,
don't know.
It seems like some kind of subconscious release. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But he's just like, oh, so did you go to VCU? And I was like, no.
No.
I was like,
College, what's
I
that?
was like, no, I didn't. But then for some reason I elaborate and say, no, I'm going to Germana. It's like, why?
You just keep getting them in tune, you know?
Anyways,
Yeah.
we spiral down this conversation.
Yeah.
In effect, talking about how it doesn't really matter what kind of start you had, just that, you you try to accomplish your dreams now.
Yeah.
What's more important is what you do from now on
Holy
instead of
shit.
what you've already done.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I kind of regret not going like to a proper school straight out the gate. And he was like, man, I did that and I regret it. It was a bunch of time and money. And I was like, yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt more real coming from an absolute stranger.
Totally. Yeah.
But yeah, he was talking about how like the way it was explained to him was, have a goal, but it's important to set a goal like to the side to help facilitate that goal.
Right.
He used the Elon Musk example, which I almost lost him on. Not like I was following, but like I was like, I don't care about Elon Musk. I don't know why we're talking about this.
Yeah,
but he was just like, he wanted SpaceX, so he started PayPal.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that is actually a good analogy.
Yeah.
Say what you will about Elon Musk, but it's not a bad plan.
True. True. Like
because he was talking about how he works at Geico and everything, and like he doesn't want to work at Geico for the rest of his life.
I can imagine. Yeah.
But like he has to work at Geico in order to make enough money to start the like other business he wants to do.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So, you got to do what you got to do. I don't know. The whole thing was just that for some reason I had this like deep conversation with this random stranger
totally
about
guy,
like the path that your life is headed on.
Yeah.
And like your goals and dreams. And I walked away and I was like, what the hell just happened?
That's beautiful, man. That's great.
And then everything. So I've been making jokes about Hurricane Ian. I even made that meme.
Yeah. The POV,
Yeah, but like,
your name is Ian.
It just dawned on me after that conversation, in that moment. Oh my God! Even the hurricane is named Ian.
Yeah. Everything about you right now, bro.
I came home that night and I look at my aunt in the eyes and I'm just like, I don't want to be the main character of 2022. Why won't God let me go back to bed?
No. Please. Oh my God. That's. Oh man. But I want to be the guy. You're the guy. I don't want to be the guy. Oh man, that's too good. That's too good. Fucking A, dude. Fuck. I mean, that's midlife crisis worthy almost.
I don't know. Well, I just don't think I'm, midway through my life.
Oh no.
Ideally, I live a little longer.
True.
A little longer than 48.
True. That's fair. That's fair. I don't necessarily think that like when people say like, "Oh, I'm 50. I'm having my midlife crisis." It's just like that's kind of bold of you to assume you're gonna live another 50 years, but
it's not that bold in this day and age.
I don't know.
Life expectancies are growing all the time.
I've known plenty of people that like get to around 70 and they're just like,
I mean, yeah.
I'm dead.
Yes.
But yeah.
I've known people who die around 70. I've known people who died in their 50s.
But yeah.
But there's also people who don't die until their late 90s, hundreds.
Yeah. Like
I've
Queen Elizabeth.
Actually, I have a, I guess she's a cousin or like a great aunt by marriage, maybe. I don't know. But she's 92.
Oh.
And it was funny because my aunt was like on the phone with her the other day.
Yeah.
And like, she got off the phone and she immediately starts. She's just like, it's really morbid, but I want to laugh. And I was like, what happened? And she's just like, she said she went to her doctor.
Yeah.
And the doctor said, you're going to live to be 100. But then she was like, but I'm already 92, so it's only 8 years away.
Yeah.
That's terrible news.
8 more years?
It's only
Shit.
8 years away. It's like, yo.
It's only 8 years.
Yo.
8 years seems like forever, though.
But that's the thing. I guess when you live 92 years, it doesn't.
Time is...
It's a blink of an eye.
Time is relative. It's also a construct, but you know.
But it's like, your doctor's like, you're going to live to be 100. And you're like, oh, God,
You're
no.
like,
I'm going to
shit.
die so young.
Fuck! Oh, man. That's going to be a movie that I make at some point in time. The pissed off 100-year-old.
That's a working time.
I'm told I'm going to die this year. Ah!
Okay.
But they probably won't talk like that. They'll probably be just like, I'm told I'm going to die this year. Because they're kind of...
Is it going to be about them doing, like, bucket list stuff?
They're kind of soft around that time. Can they do anything at that age?
Skydive. See what happens.
Skydive. Oh no, I tied my shoe the wrong way. I'm dead. I have died. Oh man, all those memes about how the queen died. She walked past one of those Glade air fresheners and it went off. Schlatt.
Schlatt assassinated the queen.
Oh my god.
Jay Schlatt.
He did it.
Yeah, he just went over there and did it.
He did the finger poke of death.
Yep.
And she was like, oh no.
Enough about me. You said you had a rant of some sort?
People from Missouri are from Missouri.
That's
not Missouri.
What? Oh. Is that how they
if you say Missouri?
Is that how they say Missouri?
Yeah, almost like they give up halfway through. It's like
Missouri?
fucking have some fucking pride about
Missouri?
yourself. You're from Missouri, not Missouri.
Missouri?
Yeah.
Missouri?
It's like I saw like a thing the other day, and I don't know why they were interviewing
these people. This is not where I
people.
expected you to go.
Huh? What's fucking stupid? Why you say Missouri?
I don't know.
Missouri. It's one thing if I say I live in Virginia, because that's the name of the state. You know what I mean?
Virginia.
Yeah.
But
I don't say fucking I live in New York. I live in New Mexico.
Nice.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
You know what always makes me laugh?
Missouri. You live in misery is what you'd live in. You're gonna fucking live in misery if you keep saying Missouri. What makes you live?
Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
There's a town in Virginia called Buena Vista.
Yeah.
And it's spelt Buena Vista, like
Yeah.
the city in I think Argentina, I think.
But we're
But-
we're bunch of dead
but we're Virginians.
Yeah, we're bunch
We are
of dead down the
Virginians,
southern
so we do
tip.
not say Buena Vista.
You
We do not
goddamn
speak
Buena
Spanish.
Vista. Just like Galax. Galax.
Where is that?
That's like towards the border of North Carolina or Tennessee, somewhere around there.
Galax?
Yeah, Galax, Virginia. You never been to Galax?
I probably passed through it. I
Galax?
did go to North Carolina recently.
Goochland.
Well, Goochland I'm familiar with.
Yeah, I love Goochland.
There's also a place called Bluegrass. Is that what?
Is grass blue? There's grass blue. There's them little lawns, and it looks like fucking. It looks like a fucking.
You know what's funny is like. I guess
Twizzler-
it's not that funny. It
Without the
should have
Twizzler-
seemed obvious to me, I guess.
Twizzler, yeah.
But like in Kentucky, some of the grass is actually like a slightly blue tinge.
I always thought that that's where that came from. Like,
That is where that comes from. Yeah, I guess.
well, no. Like, I thought that like the people who like make bluegrass music were like down on their luck and stuff like that. So they had to just find a field to like make music in, and like the place where they come from, the grass is all blue.
I think it's just happenstance.
Happenstance.
Yeah, I don't know.
They happen
really
to
don't know.
stance in the field.
But it is the bluegrass state.
I see.
Kentucky is.
It's also the gold state. They make gold there. They have gold, Ian.
I doubt it.
Yeah, do they? The other day I was at
Maybe
work.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
In Hollywood.
In Hollywood. Yeah. I watched that.
God, I
I
love
rewatched
Brad
that
Pitt.
recently. That movie holds up. Yeah.
I'm sure it does.
That movie is better than I remembered. I think it's. I need to rewatch Hateful Eight, but it might be better than Hateful Eight.
That's bold. Hateful Eight's a good movie.
Hateful Eight's good. Yeah, but I just here's the thing. I love Hateful Eight, and I love how all the characters interact with one another. But I love the 70s.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's really more about
what
the setting.
What was the name of the lady that owned the haberdashery in Hateful Eight? You never actually see her, but they talk about her.
Oh, what's her name?
I was just thinking about the line where Samuel Jackson is just like,
yeah,
you know, she accepts all kinds, but not Mexicans.
Oh my god, that shit's hilarious. You know about the guitar smash in that movie, right?
What about it?
Like, the guitar that he used.
Is it another example of something going terribly wrong on a Tarantino set, but them just going with it anyway?
Yeah.
Okay.
The guitar that he used was not the prop fake guitar that they were supposed to put in for that scene when he does smash it. It was the real 1914 Martin guitar that was lent to the set. And now, like, no guitars are being allowed to be lent to, like, sets, you know, like that. At least from that company, I think. But, like, good God, man. Like, just literally. And, like, the scream that, like, she lets out, stuff like that, is, like, real. She's like, no! Like, holy shit.
So yeah, it's another example of things going terribly wrong on a Tarantino set.
Yes, but also, you know, being, you know, what the movie needs, apparently. Because, like, that emotion was, like, real as fuck.
Like, it's just like when Leonardo DiCaprio is just rubbing his blood all over somebody's face.
Oh, he fucking slams his hand on the table, just smashes a glass. Like, how do you not
doesn't
notice
get an
there's a
Oscar
glass
for
there?
it for some reason?
Right.
It takes getting destroyed by a bear.
I need to do a critical rewatch of that movie because I saw that movie when it came out.
The Revenant?
Yeah,
I saw it in theaters.
I love that.
I don't
movie.
think I've seen it since though.
No, I haven't seen it either.
Just the one time in theaters.
I have it on Blu-ray. I just got it recently.
Oh, neat. We should watch that.
We should. I just remember it being like a lot of beautiful shots of trees and a lot of oneers, like with like, really good action. You're familiar with what oneer, right?
Is it like a one-off?
Like it's like a continuous shot instead of
like a
them
one
cutting.
shot,
Yeah.
right? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with it in concept. I just didn't know the shorthand, I guess.
There's a famous Goodfellas one where like they follow Ray Liotta's character as he like goes to the club, go through the thing.
Recently?
He did.
That's very upsetting.
He did. Coolio died recently.
Yeah, you sent me that.
Yeah.
I only saw the Ray Liotta thing because of a video game donkey video.
Really?
And I wasn't sure if it was a joke or not. There was like
Ray
a
Liotta
moment of
died.
silence for Ray Liotta, like in the middle of the video, and I was like,
Ray Liotta, Private Select.
that was where my mind immediately went. Ray Liotta, Private Select.
Oh my god.
Screw you, Seinfeld.
But I watched that movie recently. I rewatched Ghostbusters 2 just because, you know,
Oh, you told me about that.
it's around Halloween time. That movie's better than people give it credit for. It's obviously not as good as the first, but like...
I was tempted to suggest watching Ghostbusters Afterlife last night.
Yeah.
When I found out that Alex had never seen Scott Pilgrim, it seemed like an obvious
Oh,
choice.
totally. Yeah. And like even Scott, or not even Scott, even Alex wanted to see like Scott Pilgrim because he just heard about it, you know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, well, we'll
Also,
get
I don't
him
know
to
if
see.
the mic is picking it up, but Winston seems to be very angry at the moment.
He's doing a bark.
Doing it big style.
Doing it well. Hopefully the mic didn't pick that up. I farted. Did a little poop. Watch Ghostbusters 2. I rewatched Prisoner of Azkaban.
Good movie.
It's really between that movie and Chamber of Secrets for me as far as favorite Harry Potter movies go. Because Chamber of Secrets is just super well done as far as like the original Harry Potter movies go. Has the better Dumbledore in it, in my opinion. I think Richard Harris is way better of a Dumbledore than Michael Gambon. He's like a lot more soft, but like really wise.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say that the original Dumbledore matched the book's Dumbledore initially better.
Yeah.
But then the book's Dumbledore changed to match the movie's Dumbledore.
Right.
Which I thought was an odd move.
And I feel like in Prisoner of Azkaban, it feels out of place, but in the later movies, it feels more...
Because the book's Dumbledore changed to match.
True.
You know what's funny about all of this is I was thinking about Order of the Phoenix when I was in my shower this morning.
Really, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about the movie Order of the Phoenix.
Which scene?
Well, so because I was thinking about how I initially perceived Snape.
Yeah.
in Order of the Phoenix.
What are you doing in the hallway, Potter?
Right.
Yeah. It's my Snape impression.
When
it's very good.
When Umbridge like captures the Dumbledore's army and whatnot, and Harry like requests for Snape.
Yeah.
And then, or does she request for Snape for the Verita serum?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he's just like he's got Padfoot where it's hidden.
Yeah. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly. Obviously, I didn't read the books before I watched the movies.
Right.
I did it out of order.
I mean, we didn't all watch the movies before we read the books, but like a lot of like.
I feel like a lot of people in our age range did that.
Yeah, I read up to 4 before I started like watching the movies.
Either way, my first, at least first watch through, if not first like 2.
Yeah,
I didn't pick up on what was being said or done in that scene really.
Right.
I just thought Harry was asking for help and Snape was denying help because he's a dick.
Yeah.
And then I perceived it as a plot hole that the Order of the Phoenix just happens to show up in the Ministry at the same night.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
No.
Snape was actually being like a good guy.
Yeah, he was like,
yeah, he shut Harry down in that moment, but
he
then
had to.
went and
Yeah.
But he did what he had to. Now, don't get me wrong. I think people defend Snape way too much.
Yeah.
I think people are way more willing to die on that hill than they should be.
True.
Because he was still a dick.
Yeah.
He was obsessed with Lily.
Yes.
And then was a dick.
Most definitely. Yeah.
I don't care how tragic you think his story is.
In the moonlight.
He didn't have to be the way that he was.
Say what you want about Snape, but that in Order of the Phoenix, one of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite scene of the whole movie, where Umbridge is just like, you originally applied for the position of Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, and he's just like, yes, and she was like, but you were unsuccessful, and he was like, Obviously.
Then he just smacks Harry in the head.
Shit is so fucking funny.
I mean, Alan Rickman was just a great dude.
And I've loved how he like said he had to get into character for that and stuff like that, because he's just like I imagine that every single morning he must button every single button on his like, sleeves and up his like little shirt and coat, you know what I mean? He's just like, and that is the kind of person that I played him as, you know what I mean? If any one of those buttons is not good, he's gonna be like, oh yeah.
He's definitely one of the characters that comes to mind when, like, we've talked briefly before about if you were to either recast for a different set of movies or recast for the purpose of, like, a show on a streaming service, as many series do in this day and age.
True.
He's one of the characters that's really difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, in your mind's eye, it's just Alan Rickman.
Oh, yeah. Well, also, like, here's the thing. Like, I feel like Hannibal Lecter was that way. And I feel like Mads Mikkelsen really,
that's true.
You know, like, so I'm not going to say it's impossible.
Oh, no, I certainly wouldn't say it's impossible. It's just really hard.
I would say it's even harder for, like, the Harry Potter cast because, like, a lot of those castings are, like, super fucking solid. Like, I can think of maybe, like, besides the Michael Gambon thing that I said previous, but then it kind of, like, turned to match him, you know what I mean? Like...
Well, yeah, that was just a weird transitionary period because the guy
Harris died. Yeah, but I can think of
Hagrid is just perfect.
Hagrid is perfect. He probably couldn't come back though because he's too old now.
The Weasley parents.
Yeah,
on the money.
The
what
Weasleys
exactly is the function of a rubber ducky?
I do wish there was more of a scuffle when they were at Flourish and Blotts though, because remember in the book like they get into like a proper domestic.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't. The Harry Potter series, the future doesn't look tremendously bright. I think it's just going to die in commercialism, you know, in Universal Studios.
True.
Because at this point, people hate J.K. Rowling enough to like completely boycott.
Deservedly, but yeah.
Yeah, but like. I don't know.
I can't believe you even said
I feel like the
name.
series. Well, that's true. I feel like the series is just like a completely separate thing. Like, let us enjoy what we have. I don't know.
Remember, Danny DeVito wrote them.
Yeah.
In between his Broadway plays, he wrote that.
Although I also like the joke that's like, why is J.K. Rowling trying to ruin the series that Daniel Radcliffe so lovingly wrote for us?
Yeah. It's like Kathleen Kennedy. Just boom, boom, boom. No, those are canon now. We got to restart over. Luke Skywalker is a fucking...
Yeah, we just do to Rowling what Disney did to Lucas and just get rid of her.
Recast Luke Skywalker. Recast him.
Just buy her out.
Oh, God.
Get rid of her.
I threw my bone. I've got a bone to pick with you.
At my wine, no less.
At your wine?
Yes.
What a brilliant Chablis you have here.
Brilliant what?
Chablis.
It's not a Chablis.
God bless you.
Why, thank you.
Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria.
What?
Huh? You don't see him at night as like a sleep paralysis demon?
No, my sleep paralysis demon is a shadowy, lanky monkey type thing.
You don't see him like inside of a horse-drawn buggy, and he's like, "Oh no, you're a teenager. Please do not shoot me."
No.
Oh, I suppose that's just me.
Did you start World War One?
I'd do it again too.
Level with me, Chris. Did you start World War?
Oh, you're goddamn. It's the fucking Breaking Bad thing. You're goddamn right. Oh man.
My name is Gustavo, but you can call me
Sus. The other day at work, I was trying to think, like, I don't remember how exactly we got to this, but somebody said, like, a phrase that was, like, so dumb that I had to, like, come up with, like, another phrase to, like, just show how dumb it was, you know what I mean? So I was just like, oh, I don't know if I've said his name on the podcast before. I was like, hey, coworker of mine, you know what I mean?
Yes, coworker.
What if there was only one Twin Tower?
Can you say that?
And he was like, what do you mean? I'm just like, there was like Twin Towers, right? There's like two of them.
Yeah.
But imagine if there was just one.
Yeah.
Eh?
What is the what is the porpoise?
Look, it's the Twin Tower. Hope nothing happens to that.
I mean, now it's just
that singular building.
Now it's just one tower, right?
Yeah, but it's not like. I just love the idea of saying that like there is another tower somewhere.
I mean, Lord of the Rings to the two towers, man. Isengard and Mordor.
When did that movie come out? Is that post or during?
That's a good question. I really don't know.
Oh man. One does not simply fly a plane into Mordor.
Is this okay? I don't think this is okay.
It reminds me of this movie called Turbulence 3 Flight Plan.
Yeah.
The first Turbulence movie, I think, got like a theatrical release.
What about the movie Flight Plan?
Hello? Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do apologize to those people. Anyway. But there's like a movie, and like Rutger Hauer's in it, like from Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the guy who's like piloting the plane, but he's an evil guy. And he's going to crash it into this church that's at a specific spot, you know what I mean? Like if you drew a pentagram on like the United States, the top or like the middle of it rests on this church, you know what I mean? And he's going to crash the plane into this church so he can open up the first dimension of hell. And like these people on the ground have to like stop it.
Oh.
With the help of like this one rock and roll guy who's on the plane. And he was going to do like the first ever like up in the air like rock concert and shit.
Up in the Air by 30 Seconds to Mars.
Up in the Air is a movie as well, starring George Clooney. And it's directed, oddly enough, by the guy who directed Ghostbusters Afterlife.
What? I'm sorry. I was listening to Up in the Air in my head.
Jason Reitman.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Jason Reitman's also in Ghostbusters 2, I should mention. Do you remember the beginning of Ghostbusters 2 when they're at the birthday party?
Mm-hmm.
And like the one kid's just like, my dad says you're full of crap.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jason Reitman. And his dad's the one who directed Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2, which is really funny. My dad says you're full of crap. It's like, yeah, probably. He knows it's fake.
We're actors. This is a film.
We're acting.
Yes.
I looked in the box.
What's in the box? You already know what's in the box, you fuckhead. You went to prop department this morning. Morgan Freeman.
Hermaphroditic porn. Best of both worlds. I rented
That's
it
a
so we
Clerks
could watch
reference.
it together.
That's a Clerks reference. I should say. That's not an Ian reference. That's a Clerks reference. I felt the need to make that
I'm innocent
clear.
of all charges.
Yes, he is.
Come on, where you going? It's chicks with this.
Chicks with dicks.
Still need to see Clerks 2. And then subsequently Clerks 3.
I did bring that last night. And Clerks 3 just came out?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's at least coming out this year. I don't know if it's already out.
Yeah.
The release year was 2022.
People already saw Glass Onion, the Knives Out sequel, apparently, at, like, film festivals.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, my thing.
Did they reveal who done it?
Not to me. I kept myself away from spoilers. I mean, I don't even think you can spoil the movie yet because it's not even out. It comes out December 23rd.
Well, you just said people have seen it, though.
Yeah, but they saw it at film festivals.
So.
'Cause that's like that's where you show films early
Yeah, I know.
before they get a theatrical run. But yeah,
We should probably go to a film festival at some point.
yeah, totally. Let's go to TIFF.
I was going to say Cannes.
I feel like TIFF is closer.
Yeah, but Cannes would be, like the Mr. Bean movie.
Cannes.
Cannes.
How come there's like 5 Mr. Bean movies? But how come everybody just remembers that one? That was like the last one that he did.
I really don't know.
You know, like a prawn and shit like that.
Yeah, Rowan Atkinson
He's
is one hell of a dude.
God damn. I remember that movie so much because I had a DVD double pack. Okay, tell me if this rings true to you or anybody at home, stuff like that. I had a DVD double pack that had that movie and the movie Evan Almighty in it.
Oh, God.
You know, the sequel to Bruce Almighty with
Yeah.
Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or he's just like, I'm Noah. It's flood coming. Flood come. Come.
Welcome to the cum zone, Lord of Cum. You should never have come here.
That's not a Clerks reference. That's just Ian.
That was just him.
I'm gonna hang you out to dry on this. Fuck you. Oh man.
Oh, God. I had to read the story from the Epic of Gilgamesh about the Great Flood recently for history class.
Gargamel?
No, Gilgamesh.
The evil Smurfs guy?
No, Gilgamesh?
The horrifying caricature of Jewish people that's probably not good today.
Gilgamesh.
Oh.
Yeah. From Mesopotamia?
Oh, those guys, the cuneiform guys.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
I will not be silenced on this. No,
Gilgamesh.
yeah.
is a separate entity.
Yeah. Mesopotamia. See, they had it right. Not Missouri.
I hate you so much.
I hate people from Missouri that say
Have you ever
Missouri.
met anybody from Missouri?
I'm sure I have. Or don't they say that those people like never either they never tell the truth or like they don't believe anything you say?
No, I think that's Geminis.
It's a Gemini joke in earnest. Scared stupid. like they're just like the kids are like looking at Madame Zeroni and shit like that. It's like, why is she extra crazy today? And he's like, oh, it's a moon phase. She's a Gemini. And that's just the way he says it too. Like it's fucking great.
Let's see what my my horoscope is for today.
Oh, you looking up your horoscope?
Yeah. Do what you think is right.
I still need to update that. I still don't know what time I was born.
Today you feel torn between
I forgot, Mother. You're gonna have to tell me again.
again. It's good to challenge yourself if that's what you need.
I like to think that, like, when I was born, like, because I asked my mom what time I was born. I like to think that when I was born, like, she's just in, like, the middle of labor, and, like, as soon as it was done, she was like, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Yeah. Right
So,
up in here.
My do's for today, time
Yeah.
tracking, schedules, and help wanted. My don'ts for today, individualism, heavy traffic, and faking it. So I should have read that before we did this.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I should preface, he didn't know any of those things were going to be in there before this podcast. Like, he just read it to, like, you know, essentially fill time. But, like, Shockingly accurate.
Power walk with an air Mercury.
Hello?
Are you an air Mercury?
I think that would kill you, no? Like vaporize mercury in the air?
I don't know.
I feel like regular mercury would do a bad.
I was going to say, room temperature mercury is not healthy.
Yeah. We could buy a thermometer and break it open if you really want to experience that shit.
Also, Amy wants to go eat tacos.
Huh?
Amy wants to eat tacos.
I mean, don't we all?
That's a good point. I do like a good taco.
Yeah.
Pick up a big old taco party pack from
Yeah,
Taco Bell.
big taco.
I have a voucher for a free taco.
Hey, yo, this boy's got his free taco.
Because I went to Taco Bell the other day and they didn't have any CO2, but I had ordered a Mountain Dew Baja Blast on the app.
Oh.
Because I always order ahead because I don't like to talk to people.
True. Again, following the careful themes of what was going on, yeah.
Yeah.
We're building up a
But
character
they're like,
profile
there's
on
no
you, yeah.
Mountain Dew. Here's this voucher. And I was like, cool. Is there anything else to drink?
We're slowly building up character profiles on the two of us, you know what I mean? And eventually, maybe episode like 2000 or something like that, we'll have like the AI of us do episodes, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and we'll be
okay.
just like, I'll come in, Christian starts stretching. He says, very much a bad thing. I hate all people from Utah because they're people from Utah.
Ooh, because they're Mormon.
Not because they're Mormon. I'm not going to judge people just because they believe in some stupid-ass religion that nobody cares about.
The Mormons care about it.
Yeah, but...
You ever
But
wonder,
I just
you ever
judged
wonder
them.
what
Like,
goes
that was-
on inside the Mormon temple?
Yes and no. I know they dig up bodies.
You were telling me about that the other day. I
Yeah,
still don't
them
know
and
if I believe that.
Scientologists. I mean, I don't know. I don't not believe it.
I guess like it wouldn't surprise me if it was true.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it is.
Yeah, if you're Mormon, tell us all your secrets.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, We want to know. Just you know, for purposes. Don't put us on one of those fucking email lists though. That fucking sucks.
They have email lists too.
Yeah, they'll come to your goddamn house.
Well, I know they come to your house, but like
Oh no! If you give them your email, they'll search up everything about you. They'll come to your fucking house. They'll be just like, oh yeah.
they come to your house anyway. They knock on doors all the time.
Huh? Do they?
You've never seen or heard of that?
I've heard of Jehovah's Witness.
No. Mormons do it too.
Oh damn.
They send young men on 2-year missions.
Yeah. I just remembered something about
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyways, they send them on missions for 2 years.
Yeah. To
they'll
like
send them to-
Samoa.
Well, sometimes it's to some,
Island nation where they don't know better.
extravagant location, whatever.
Yeah,
but a lot of
extravagant.
times it's just somewhere else in America.
Yeah.
Like people will be on their mission here,
Mhm.
and what they do
Sometimes people here don't even know better.
is they go door to door,
Yeah.
selling the word of the Church of LDS,
Yeah. LDS.
Latter Day Saints.
I know, but it sounded like you said LDS.
LDS.
We praise him.
Joey Diaz.
Wake up, cocksuckers. Stay black. God, that guy is something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've learned many things from him. But yeah.
No, but yeah, the best thing to do when a Mormon comes to your door is just say, "I'm Catholic," and then slam the door.
I'm not circumcised. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
No,
I
but
have no place in your paltry religion.
I and my penis hides from you. Oh my god.
My sister's friend sent me a video.
Yes.
It was like a cartoon explaining like
Uh-huh.
the Mormon mythos. It was great.
Oh,
I
God.
gotta show you later.
Is it
It was just fantastic.
Is it the Book of Mormon? Or?
No, that's like a play.
Yeah, true.
That's
But
like a-
there's stuff to it,
Yeah, but this is like a cartoon.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's really weird. They think Jesus and Satan were brothers.
Oh, it's one of those religious cartoons.
That like explains the
Oh yeah. And they explain that black people don't go to heaven.
They do talk about that.
Yeah.
Although the Mormon
literally,
Church
so
did
like
rescind
anybody
that.
who's with that and stuff like that. I don't know if they retcon that
They
shit, but like
did.
they
retconned
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Did they
they
retcon
retconned
it?
it in '69 when the Civil Rights Act came through. Was it '69? '60s.
Yeah.
Whatever that
I
was.
was like, holy shit. Yeah, I was like, y'all are fucked.
No, yeah.
Y'all are
Up
fucked up.
until that point, the official Mormon stance on black people was that they were black because they were cursed by God because they didn't choose a side in the war between Jesus and Satan.
You done fucked up,
They
Mormons.
remained neutral, so they became black.
You done fucked up, Mormons.
But then when the Civil Rights Act was pushed through, they were like, actually, black
Like,
people are
God is
cool.
wrong.
You can be forgiven. God has forgiven you.
Yeah.
Now give us your money.
God has forgiven you for being black.
Yeah.
You know that thing you were born with and you couldn't control?
Yeah.
God forgives you of that.
No, they're racist. They're totally racist.
Yeah, that's still fucked up. Yeah, no. You may have retconned that shit, but that doesn't make you better.
Also, like, a lot of Mormons, modern Mormons, will say that it's not about polygamy, which is a blatant, bull-faced lie.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck that
Because
shit.
the whole goal of heaven for them, first of all, you get your own planet.
Your own planet?
That should not be ignored. You're promised your own planet.
Like Earth-sized planet, or just like
I
a little ball?
I don't think that they're very specific on the sizing.
Is
of
it
the
like Me-topia, or like like when you have all them running around? You know what I mean? It's like ha ha ha.
planet. I don't know.
Wife
What I do
number
know-
3, wife number 38.
Well, but that's the next part. After you
Yeah.
get your planet, you have your earthly wife with you,
Right.
obviously.
Right.
But then you also have infinite spiritual wives with which to have eternal polygamous sex.
polygamous sex.
you
It's just
have-
VR.
You have like infinite wives.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
the whole thing. Spiritual polygamy.
Yeah,
is
I
the
know, I
entire.
know.
That's what they're promised in heaven.
Right, sure.
It's in the book. Like, as much as they like to say it's not about polygamy. Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have multiple wives while you're alive
Yeah.
anymore. Maybe you stop that in the 20th century.
But like the goal is to like get somewhere
Mostly.
where you do.
But the end goal is still polygamy. It's what it's about. That's what the entire religion is about.
No, you reminded me, like, when talking about Jehovah's Witness and shit like that. My dad used to work with a Jehovah's Witness guy when he was at, like, some insurance company. I don't remember which one and stuff. I don't think it was Geico. I think it was, like, some one that doesn't even exist anymore or something like that. But, fucking, he, there was this guy, and, he was like, are you gonna chip in for like the cake for like this girl and stuff like that? It's her birthday, and he's like, no, I don't believe in birthdays.
Yeah.
And my dad was like,
Technically, it's
What?
pagan tradition.
yeah. He was just like, no, I don't believe in
But,
birthdays.
like,
So like the girl's birthday came around, and like my dad noticed that the Jehovah's Witness guy was gonna grab like a piece of cake. You know what I mean?
you don't believe.
Yeah. And then my dad was like took it from him and like set it back down, and he's just like, no,
It's
you don't believe in
true.
this shit. You don't get any fucking cake. Adios, bro.
Yeah. You don't want to chip in. You don't want to help. You don't want to celebrate.
Yeah.
You're not going to get any cake.
You're not getting any fucking cake.
I would sooner let the cake mold.
It's like,
Now, I
fuck
wouldn't.
you.
I would eat the cake, but but I'm just saying, I would rather waste the food than allow him.
How many different film people and just subsets of people, and like, you know, have we just pissed off in this one podcast alone? But you know,
And we're pissing off Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses. Does that matter?
they might dig up our graves.
I'm not dead yet,
We're not dead yet, you fuckers.
honestly.
Yeah.
In order to dig me up, they got to put me in the ground, baby.
Don't fucking give them ideas, shithead.
Send your best assassins, Mormon Church. I will take them down. I will remove them surgically.
I know chloroform.
We're done here. Goodbye.
Adios.